Another thing that is going to be important for you to note as you're writing your grant proposal are some of today's best practices. And I want to share with you 7 grant writing best practices that you definitely want to follow. First, I want to encourage you to develop a grant writing game plan. A game plan of where you're headed with your proposal. We don't want to just dive into this effort without knowing exactly what we're doing. We want to have some mode of operation, and the game plan of what we're going to do helps us to get there. A part of your game plan right now is learning how to actually write a grant proposal in an effective way. The next thing may be for you to get a team. Use a team approach to grant writing because when you're writing grants as a team, it's more effective. Even if you're a solo grant writer, a part of your team should include others that review your proposal. You may have someone that's on your team that's actually an editor. And these can be people that are outside of your own organization, some that you may have to subcontract to pay to do some of these services. But my encouragement is to get a team because when you start getting the brain power of more people, your proposals tend to be better. Also, read everything before you write anything as it relates to your proposal. This will save you time and heartache. Trust me, I've been there and I'm speaking out of experience. Also, it should include an evaluation in your grant proposal. Every grant proposal that you write needs to have something that clarifies how you're planning on evaluating your proposal. And by the proposal, I'm speaking of that which you are proposing to do. How will you evaluate the project that you've just received funds for? And who's going to do that evaluation? And how are they going to evaluate it? And is it going to be done by an external person or is that going to be done by somebody internally? Bottom line is funders look at you doing evaluations as something very favorable. So I want to encourage you to make sure that you do that. In addition to that, if it is a proposal that will allow you to, I'm a big fan of using pictures, charts, and graphs. This helps your proposal to come to life. Now, you may not be able to do this if you're doing an online application because they will have oftentimes just something that allows you to put the text in. That means you will have to make sure that you do an excellent job of creating word pictures that help to come to life and paint a picture for the funder. In addition to that, I want to encourage you to provide relevant, up-to-date information. You never know who's at the table that's reviewing your proposal that has the updated information. If you're providing outdated information, it begins to make your organization look less than up-to-date and kind of dated. And we don't want to come across as dated. We want to come across as an organization that's on the cutting edge of doing something great. And the 7th thing is to give the funder 100% of what they request. Have I said this enough? I hope that you're getting the point that you must follow the instructions and give the funder what they want. We want to be providers instead of people who are just shoving what we want on the funder. Some like to just be a pusher of their information versus being a provider. We want to be providers. With that being said, every proposal that you're going to write is going to be discussing the who, what, when, where, how, and why. And almost every section of the proposal will be highlighting these key points. So do a great job of fleshing out your story and telling the best story you absolutely